Greetings, soul beings. It's Shelly being the Empowered Oracle. I hope you guys are doing wonderful wherever you are in the world. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So you guys, I am here giving you your end of the year messages. I guess you can count it as a December 2025 message. And this is going to be for the sun, moon, and rising placements and Venus placements of Taurus collective. All right, Taurus, let's see what messages you have. And keep in mind, these messages won't be for every Taurus, of course. However, if you click onto my channel, more than likely, there's a message here for you. And thank you guys for clicking that thumbs up like button. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and share and hit the notification bell. And if you need a personal reading from me, my information is always below in the description area. So let's first start off with a Sacred Destiny Oracle message for you guys as we move towards the end of this year. Holy Divine Spirit, what Sacred Destiny Oracle message do you have for Taurus collective at this time? Please and thank you. All right. We have going forward at the bottom. I was drawn to pointing this out to you going forward. I feel like someone needed to see that. We have here healing chaos. Okay. It's interesting because this is like a tornado, right? But I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's light enough or the lighting is light enough, but they're like butterflies coming up out of this tornado. Beautiful butterflies. So some of you guys could have been recently or have recently gone through some type of chaotic energy, arguments, feuds, conflict. This could be in any area of your life. I am reading for a collective of Taurans, so it's different for everybody. But you are going towards healing chaos, okay? And with the butterflies coming up out of this storm or coming up out of this tornado thing, I forget what you call it. Anyway, for me, that means that it's almost like the sun. I want to say the sun will come out tomorrow. Who was that? Was that Annie? Did Annie sing that? The sun will come out tomorrow? Yep. So I feel that's what I'm feeling when I see that. The sun will come out tomorrow. Clear skies and rainbows after this chaos. So let me specifically read the message for you guys. You can fast forward if you want on this part, but I'm going to read the message. So Taurus, with healing chaos, it says, when you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for profound healing. If your life seems chaotic, know that it has an underlying energy of healing. You are being healed on all levels. You are a healer. Alternatively, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests that it might be time to create a bit of chaos in your life. It will activate healing. Do the unexpected. Mix life up a bit. Okay. So with that being said, guys, so for some of you guys, it could be where it's the opposite. Things are too quiet, too calm in your life, too routine, too methodical. And with you guys being a very fixed sign and typically kind of, being the earth sign that is very methodical. It's kind of like similar to Capricorn, who's another earth sign where everything's very methodical, routine, very organized. So you guys, and also kind of being set in your ways and how you like certain things. So this could be telling some of you guys that you need to shake things up, change things up a bit in your life. If it's too calm, if it's too quiet, if it's too organized, if it's too routine, you have too many of the same routines, change shit up a bit, So that's for some of you guys, who it applies to. But also, either way, whether you're going through actual chaos in your life now or not, either way, both scenarios, for some of you guys, it activates the healing that you need. It's funny, you'd be surprised how healing comes to the surface in almost any situation. I would have to say in every situation, there is some connection to healing. It's difficult to kind of break down, but I hope some of you guys get what I'm trying to say. All right. So let's get some other oracle messages for you guys. Let's get 3 oracle messages from this Cancerian oracle deck. Now, this deck isn't for cancers. It's just, it was created by Sin. She's on the Cancerian channel. Shout out to her. She's a Cancer. She's a fellow Cancer. But I love, this is one of my favorite decks, the Cancerian oracle deck. Let's get 3 messages, Holy Spirit, for Taurus Collective. Please and thank you. I feel even chaotic shuffling these cards. Okay. I have a second message for Taurus Collective. Third message for Taurus Collective, Divine Spirit, please and thank you. All right. One step at a time. For some reason with you guys, I'm being guided to show you guys the bottom of the deck. I didn't do that for the other signs. Maybe one sign I did, but yeah, I wasn't doing that regularly. Okay. Okay. We have happy success. Yay. I like that. Happy success. And then we have destined, meant to be, have faith and believe. So whatever it is that you guys are wishing for or hoping for. And speaking of hope, I was reminded today earlier by a friend that, anyway, I was looking at something that reminded me about removing the word hope from your vocabulary. I feel like, because hope, when you say certain words, there's certain words that still have like a tinge of doubt. And I do feel like hope is one of those words. And because we have to be mindful of the words we speak, because there are thousands of cells in our body that are always listening to what we're saying. Thousands of cells. So this is another reason why it's imperative for us to watch what we say, watch the words that come out of our mouths, because not only are words spells, but our cells, our body, our cells are listening to what we say, and they take that shit in. So just want to say that. And then we have eliminate, make the best of a situation. That could be part of the chaos that could be going on for some of you guys, or conflict that you guys could be going through right now, or could be facing as we get towards the end of this year into the new year. All right. Okay. So let's check and get some money messages from this money oracle deck. Now, so far, every sign has been getting a money mantra, you know? So a money mantra would just be something, again, that you would, write down and speak out loud into the universe. And, you can, after that, you can burn and release. So let's see if you guys are going to get a money mantra. Holy Divine Spirit, please give me 3 financial money messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus as we go towards the end of this year. Please and thank you. Okay, I'm being told to take that. All right. And what is the third message for money message for Taurus Collective? Hold on, guys. Okay. All right. So I have 3 messages. I was told to take the one that ended up falling on the floor. Okay, yeah. So you guys don't have a specific mantra. All right. I think you guys are the first one that I've done so far. And I've done, I think, six signs. I think you guys are number 6. Anyway, we have just say no to frivolously paying others' bills. So some of you guys could be paying other people's bills right now, where Divine Spirit is saying, I feel like some of you guys may not be able to really afford to pay for someone else's bill or bills at this time, but you may feel obligated to. If you feel obligated to, you have to check that. But I do feel like some of you guys, if this hasn't happened already, there could be a situation or situations for some of you guys as we get towards the end of the year, especially, as holidays are coming up and things like that. There could be family or friends coming towards you asking for money. All right. And then we have financial blessings come from your strength, tenacity, and grit. Okay. So because you put in the work, Taurus, you are being blessed financially, is what I'm hearing. And then it says your business or career is advancing to the next level. I love that. Yeah, you guys are definitely being financially blessed, because I feel the energy of you guys really having put in the work this year and then some. So kudos to you guys. And again, this could be another reason why people or someone could be coming to you asking for money. They may see your glow up. They may see that you're leveling up financially or in your business or career, and may assume that you have the money to give, So just be mindful of that if that is coming your way. All right. Now, let's take a look at any current blockages. And this is very important because of the message that I got late last week, that I had to stop what I was doing and write down, because I was guided to stop what I was doing and write it down and tell the collective this. But let's first dig into these oracle cards. Holy Spirit, please give me 3 cards for Taurus Collective. What are Taurus Collective's 3 blockages right now that they need to know about and be aware of? What are the current blockages for Taurus Collective? Holy Spirit, please and thank you. What's the 3rd message for Taurus Collective? Divine Spirit, please and thank you. All right. Okay. So one blockage that some of you guys could be going through is fearing loneliness. Okay. It says you stay in bad relationships because you are lonely. Be okay being with yourself. So some of you guys could have a codependency, which that is a very common thing that a lot of us in the collective have experienced, me, myself as well, been there, done that. Staying in bad relationships or toxic relationships because the fear of being alone, So this is definitely some type of healing that needs to be done. This is a part of your shadow that needs to be looked at, needs to be addressed. It's a codependency. Where does that come from? A lot of times it does come from, a lot of these things come from our childhood and things we experienced growing up, So definitely that's a blockage, though. It is a blockage to your abundance, to your blessings, or anything else that divine source in the universe want to bring to you into your life. So that is one of the blockages. And it also blocks you from being your authentic self in a lot of ways. Okay. So the second blockage for some of you guys is too passive. Take initiative to meet someone and to keep the passion ignited. Okay. So some of you guys could have this energy of just maybe not wanting to be too assertive, when it comes to meeting people. And this could be meeting people in any kind of situation. It doesn't have to necessarily be romance, but I am thinking that's the first thing that I'm feeling is maybe meeting people. If you're single, getting out there, meeting people. Maybe you're used to people coming to you. So this, I'm feeling divine source is saying to be a little bit more assertive when it comes to meeting people, whether it's a singles social event or some type of romantic pursuit or even work or whatever area of your life where you may not feel very comfortable taking the initiative to maybe talk or start a conversation or to go up to a person or ask a question. So for some of you guys, you guys are being definitely guided and encouraged to be a little more assertive to get what you want. Okay. And then it says vulnerable. You cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. This is a perfect segue to what I need to bring up about the spiritual messages that I got, that I was called to stop what I was doing and write down. Okay. So speaking of being vulnerable, so opening up your heart and being yourself is definitely important. Okay. Like I was just telling Aries, you'd be surprised how many trivial things can create huge blockages in our lives. Things that you wouldn't even think could create a blockage, creates blockages. So, I mean, I'm learning more and more as we go through this thing called life. I'm learning more and more how many small things that you wouldn't even think or consider could be, factors in blocking your blessings and blocking your abundance and things like that. You'd be surprised, but there are many things that block our blessings. And one of the biggest things, though, is, closing our hearts up. And a lot of times that is because of pain, past traumas, past hurts. And also the message I gave to Aries too, because this came up, is when you're not being your authentic self overall is a huge blockage. Okay. So the message that I got that I needed to write down and let the collective know was that 2025 is about to be over, and 2025 is the number 9 year. Okay. So that's the end of cycles, blah, blah, blah. And as we go into 2026 is year 1, the beginning of a new cycle. And what I was told is that 2026 is the beginning of the soft era for a lot of the collective. And this is for a lot of the collective who have been doing the healing work, doing the shadow work, been really putting concerted efforts towards their healing, their awakening, their transformation, being true to themselves, and just, making genuine strides towards healing and being the best version of themselves. Okay. And just loving on themselves and accepting themselves, accepting the light and the dark. Okay. In the shadow. So as we go into 2026, one of the reasons why it's very important, the message that I got also was it's very important for us starting this month, December 2025. It's very important for us to be clearing and cleansing and really at least working on clearing in our space, clearing our energy, clearing the energy of people that are in our lives that we know are not for our greatest and highest good. It could be people, it could be things, it could be habits. But this is definitely the time now where we're being encouraged to really start working on it now. Don't wait till January 1, 2026 is the message. Don't wait till January 1, 2026. Don't make that your New Year's resolution. This is something that we should be working on now as we go into 2026. Because 2026, we want to create that foundation. We want to create that precedence to start off the new cycle of the soft era cycle. Okay. We want to already be in motion with that. We want to already be setting those things in motion by the time January 1 comes into play. And also another big theme for 2026 and moving forward is say what you mean and mean what you say, even if it means being vulnerable. Okay. One of the things that society has lied to us about, especially to men specifically, is that it's weak. It's weak to be vulnerable. No, it's not. That's a lie. That's one of the biggest lies that society has really trained and conditioned people to believe. Being vulnerable actually is not weak. It actually takes a lot of courage, character. It takes a lot of courage and character and strength to be vulnerable. So no, vulnerability is not weak. Actually, it's a beautiful quality to have. So we need to really look at vulnerability and being vulnerable as something that's beautiful, something that is courageous, something that is of strength, and something that is part of your divine character. And even if it means being vulnerable to someone who may not necessarily receive it well, or who may not necessarily reciprocate in some way, shape, or form, don't regret being vulnerable in that moment. Don't regret saying something or doing something or vulnerable in that moment where you were standing true to how you really felt in that moment in time. Being vulnerable and standing true to your feelings in that moment takes a lot of courage and strength. Okay? So that's a great quality. So it's definitely a year in moving forward of saying what you mean and meaning what you say. And also, we are being encouraged to deal with red flags immediately when we see it, not wait to see if that person or situation is going to change. So if we see a person or situation that is giving us red flags and we see and we know that it's red flags, we are not being encouraged to wait to see if that person or situation changes in time. No, we are being encouraged to move away ASAP when we see the red flags from a situation or a person. Divine Spirit does not want us to waste no time on people, places, and things where we already see the red flags from the beginning, okay? So those days are over. It's time for us to get to getting when we see those red flags ASAP or from the beginning, okay? And know that if we do see the red flags and we still want to wait around and still want to see if that situation or person is going to change, that we are choosing to, because of free will, we are choosing to participate in our own discomfort or misery. Because remember, we all are given free will, and we can keep learning the lesson as many times as we want. Divine source in the universe has all the time in the world if we want to keep learning the same lessons. Okay, because the purpose is to learn from our lessons, to grow from our lessons. And if we continue to repeat, that's fine with divine source in the universe. They can keep dishing out the same lessons to us as many times as we want to learn it. That's how much love is there for us as a collective. If we have to go through the same lessons 1,000,001 times, then so be it. Now, of course, at a certain point, there could be a time where the tower has to come down, and the tower has to come down really hard in order for a person to learn their lesson. That saying, sometimes people have to learn the hard way, and that's very true. Okay, so we have to pick and choose if we want to learn our lessons the easy way or the difficult way or the hard way. And then, it's just a reminder that people come into our lives. Some people come into our lives as pop quizzes for us to see if we've learned anything, and, to see where we are on our healing journey. And it's okay if we fail the test, because again, that's how we grow. That's how we learn. And it's not a time to beat yourself up about anything, but you realize that you have to learn the lesson, and Divine Source wants to give us a lesson as many times as we want to learn it. So that is the message that I got for 2026 as we start a new cycle. Remember, 2026 equals 10, which reduces to number 1. So this is year 1. It'll be year 1 of the soft era cycle. And let me be specific when I say soft era. Soft era meaning life will be much easier as we navigate through this journey. Things will be easier. Things won't be so tough and harsh. The struggle won't be so bad, and it'll be a softer journey, a smoother ride. Does not mean that we won't have challenges and obstacles down the road here and there. But what it does mean is that if and when we do have those struggles or obstacles and challenges, we will be in a better place to deal with it. We'll be better prepared to deal with it. We'll be better prepared physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, emotionally. All right? So keep that in mind. So last but not least, let me get you guys, well, actually not really last, but let me give you a couple of declare and decree messages, Taurus. These are messages that you declare and decree. Just affirmations, again, that you would speak out, write down, speak out loud into the universe, and burn and release afterwards. All right. A lot of these messages are pertaining to, I'll take that, are pertaining to your ancestry, your lineage. All right. All right. So what's the second declare and decree for Taurus? The Taurus Holy Spirit. I don't know why I said Taurus. Sorry, guys. All right. Okay. The first message is, and you always want to say, I declare and decree. It says, I declare and decree all fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. So I declare and decree all fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. So you can pause or screenshot this picture. This card you want. And we have, I declare and decree all wicked rituals of sacrifice done against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And it's interesting because Aries just got the same declaration or, affirmation. So pause it or screenshot it as well. I kind of feel like you and Aries kind of got a little similar messages a bit. So I wonder if you guys are attached to, or if there's someone close to you in your energy, Taurus, who is an Aries sun sign, or even if they're not an Aries sun sign, maybe they have that Aries energy, or maybe have Aries placements in their natal chart. Last but not least, guys, let's get a tarot message as we close out. Holy Divine Spirit, what tarot message do you have for Taurus as we close out their message? We have 7 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so that means you guys are going to be focused and you're having clarity of thought. You're coming out of whatever delusion or confusion that you guys might have been in. You're having more of a decisive energy. So this could be going on now, or this will be an energy that you're stepping into as we get closer to the end of the year. In the beginning of the year, you're coming out of that cloudy thinking. Okay, so just seeing things more clearly. So I like that energy for you guys. So Taurus, these are your messages. I hope that They were helpful, guys. And as always, it's a pleasure to read for you all. And until the next upload, be well and be at peace. Ashe.